Astin, and sweatpants are all I can fit right now.
My name's Dylan. That's all I got today. A bitch is tired. A bitch is tired.
You know...
And not tired in the way that you cunts might think. It's just been a long day.
I'm curious. What would they might think? What would they might think?
It's whenever somebody looks at you and says, "You look tired." Like, you know what? Fuck you.
You know what's crazy?
You know what? Fuck you.
Because I didn't know that was an insult until somebody was tired.
Absolutely an insult.
Bitch, you look tired. And I was like,
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I was just saying that you look like you need some sleep.
It's like you look
but
like
you do, and apparently I hit a nerve because motherfucking take a nap.
Right.
Shit.
It's like, bitch, if I look tired, it looks like you and your parents are related. That doesn't make sense. Looks like your parents are related.
Listen,
it's been a long day. I can't even get my insults out.
I was just trying to relate, but
I can't even get my reads out right. Goddamn. Anyway, friend.
It's been a minute.
It has been. Stunning. I actually just got back from 2 weeks of immersing myself in culture. I saw 3 shows, but I saw Mamma Mia, the stage show, which was great. You can't help but love ABBA. It's just a good time. I got to see Sister Act the musical, which
nice.
Shout out to, I wish I had my program, but shout out to the girl who was the understudy, because she had to go on for the lead girl who lost her voice.
Oh, wow.
And so they were like, she just found out about 2 hours ago that she's going on. Y'all just make sure you make a lot of noise for her, which they didn't have to tell me to, because as soon as she came out, I was like, you are equal parts Keke Palmer and Jennifer Lewis, and I am so here for it.
I love that.
Oh my God.
I love that.
And my favorite part, she sung her dick off. Like 3 hours, sang to the rafters, and then afterwards, I saw her in the lobby and I was like, hey, you should feel very proud about what you did today. It was an exceptional job. And she said, thank you so much. Fun fact, I actually lost my voice as well, but I knew that this was my only shot to do this role, so I wasn't going to pass it up.
Period.
It's like, I'm so sorry.
I'm
so sorry.
You
just did a 3-hour Broadway musical with laryngitis and you sounded like that? Get the fuck out of my house, you talented bitch. Get out of my house.
So what's going to happen is when we take our break, we're going to find Miss Ma'am's name and we're going to shout her out properly.
Yes.
Because, what?
Baby, she was... Because, it's Sister Act. Like, it's not Whoopi Goldberg style singing, which, not a knock to Whoopi, but,
So she played... Oh, pause. I'm going to say that line over again. Okay.
But she played Dolores, and it was...
Oh, she played Dolores.
Yeah, she was lead role.
Oh.
And so it's
she absolutely had to sing through that laryngitis.
She had to sing down.
Oh,
and
man. The stress.
At a girl, you did the damn thing.
I love that for her.
And then, speaking of doing the damn thing, got to see The Preacher's Wife,
yes!
a musical.
And I've heard great things.
Twice. I got to see it twice. I went to go see it on a Tuesday with Amber Riley, Loretta Devine, the 2 guys. They were great.
I want Loretta Devine to play my mother in a movie.
I just want Loretta Devine to go to lunch with me. Can you imagine the stories she would tell you about Jay Holiday?
I would love to have lunch with Jennifer Holiday. Baby, I want to know. Every movie, every black movie, it doesn't matter the era. It doesn't matter if it went to theaters. It doesn't matter if it just went to like Channel 3. If she's in it, be prepared to be fucking entertained. Oh, she has stories.
Death at a Funeral. Her and Regina Hall.
Oh yeah?
Their interaction about like her not having children makes me scream every time.
Because that's the one with Chris Rock, right?
Yes.
I love that movie so bad.
Holy shit.
She played in Death at a Funeral and for the first time in like almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
I watched Kingdom Come.
Okay.
And that's the one with it's with Jada Pinkett Smith,
yes,
Anthony Anderson, Tony Braxton. And she plays the mom whose son is like ain't shit. And she's just like, and you guys won't get no job.
but it was so cool to see a legend. Loretta Devine. Like,
Absolutely.
People throw around the word icon, legend, all that too much. Like
not enough for her though.
Something that just came out 2 weeks ago. It's not iconic. Shut up. This woman who has been doing this damn thing
since the 70s.
Since the motherfucking 70s. I wasn't even a thought when she was working.
This was pre-Twinkle.
She was on Broadway in 1982. Dreamgirls.
Boy, we make you happy.
We're your dream girls.
Boy, where will we stay? We're your dream girls.
Dream girls will never leave you. No. And all you got to do is dream.
All you got to do is dream.
All you got to do is dream. Baby, we'll be there. We'll practice it.
Listen,
We'll practice it. But, I mean, so, yes, seeing Loretta Devine, like, she got standing ovations both times I saw her.
Absolutely.
And it's just like, she has a solo in the second act. Like, her whole thing.
When does it end? When does it go?
So it ended the 16th. It's already out of Atlanta. But it is going to get funded, go through a couple of workshops.
Okay.
Production, and then sent up to Broadway.
Okay.
Because while Amber and Loretta, great, there are some points to the show that need a little work.
Okay.
Objectively.
Okay, I'll keep watch for those dates because I would love to be in the same room with Loretta Devine. I would love that for myself very much.
Wait for Tony's 2025. She will be there with The Preacher's Wife. If not 25, 26. But there were a couple of scenes where it was Loretta and Amber on stage, just the two of them, and it's like what? You have a legend to the right. And honestly, a legend in the making.
In the making.
To the left.
Making, yeah.
And it's like, Amber, look across the table because
that's who you're about to be.
This is your future.
That's your future.
My love.
Yeah.
Like you are.
Can
about to
you imagine having Loretta Devine as like not just your singing partner, but likely your mentor?
Yes.
I would.
Like I mean, as soon as curtains came up and Amber is standing there, everyone lost their mind. Because I had a couple of friends who went to go see it and they got the understudies for both Amber and Loretta. And so I was blessed by the universe that the two times I went to go see it, I got both of them. And I mean, it's just, the music is great. Shout out to Titus Burgess for writing an incredible book. The songs are great. It's got such like, it does such a good balance of like, heart-wrenching, but also wholesome, but then also comedic.
Okay.
Like it's really well crafted, and I can't wait for it to come to Broadway.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think my last 2 weeks were as cool, but I don't know. I've been working.
You've been working on that fitness, girl.
I've been working on that fitness. Oh my god. So no lie, every time.
Been working on fitness.
I mean, what's the? Don't do that. I just be singing Fergie. I be up in the gym, just
working on my fitness.
He's my witness. Woo-wee!
Yeah.
Yeah. That's been the I'll just summarize it like that. But yes, thank you for sharing. I would love to see. So, between all of the cultures and the plays and the singing, is there a song that is stuck in your head?
Yes. There is a new song by, I can't even call her an up-and-comer. She's been around for a hot minute. A cute little girl named Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
Who is 4'11". I don't know what it is about short people. I just love them. I love when short people do things. I'm just like, I want to watch you do this. I want to watch you open cabinets.
Okay.
Do you need a step stool? But she released a song, Espresso, a couple of months ago.
Yes,
and that's
she did.
kind of been the chill song of this. I find it to be interesting that people are calling it the song of the summer because it's chill. it's not something that you get up and shake your ass to.
Well, no,
but espresso, it's very just...
You can't two-step. You can't, if you're a dancer, like if you... Espresso is for the dancers. Like when we just played it right now, it's like, it's the warm-up song. Like depending on what club you go to, it's like it's in the early we're just picking up.
Getting the shoulders into it.
Okay, I'm on my first drink. I'm on my second drink.
Right.
It's a first or second drink song.
Right.
Or it's the you know what you're cute. Let's test the vibe. It's a test the vibe.
It's a test the vibe song. Because if you can't move like that, then you gotta go.
Exactly. It's like if you can move to espresso, then you can stick around. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's very much that.
Right.
But I think it's gonna stay. I think it's gonna stay pretty high on the charts for the rest of the summer.
It will.
Yeah.
So she actually just released a song called "Please, Please, Please" about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and has scored her second Hot 100.
Nice.
I think both Espresso and "Please, Please, Please" have hit the top 3.
Okay.
I don't know if they've cracked the number 1 spot. We need to do some research because I'm so good at that. But they have at least both landed in the top 3 on the Hot 100 chart. And I like the aesthetic that she's leaning towards because she started out as a Disney girl. Mm-hmm. She started out on Girl Meets World, which is the sequel to Boy Meets World, which if you're our age, our generation, we grew up with that. And so Girl Meets World was a little after. It was one of those things that when I heard that they were doing the sequel, it's like, oh, cute, Topanga and Fred are back. Fred? Corey. Fred's the actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Fred Savage, and then Danielle Topanga.
Okay.
They were coming back with a spin-off about their daughter. Mm-hmm. And while it was cute it was a cute idea. It was after my time. Yeah. But Sabrina started out on that. She's been on Law & Order. She was just a Disney girl. And
what was she on Law & Order? SVU, right?
She was on SVU. That was her first acting gig. I don't know what the role was.
That's where I know her from because I used to be an SVU head.
Yeah. Baby, that's the best one.
Well, it is. It is. Shout out to Olivia and
Olivia Vincent.
30 of your seasons. Like.
Yep. I want to see somebody break it down to that. I bet there's a video on the internet of somebody breaking it down to the Law & Order theme song.
You know what? I actually might try it because I love that fucking song. Not you previewing my song.
But I find it interesting that Sabrina is just now sort of getting flowers.
Yeah.
She's had a couple of songs, a couple of hits, I guess. But she's really just sort of stepped into the limelight, into like more mainstream appeal. And this is her 6th studio album.
That's insane.
It's that.
But I love that because from what I know about, so the first time I heard about Sabrina Carpenter, it was either last year or the year before. Mm-hmm. And I don't actually remember a song being attached to her except like the first time I ever saw her, it was like a performance clip where she's like either like personifying or singing about giving head or both. Okay. And
is this the one where she said something about BBCs?
No, that was recently.
Okay.
That was recent. This was a couple years ago. And I was like, oh my.
Girl,
real grown. Okay. Yeah. And so even then, without knowing she was a Disney kid, she did strike me as like, I put her in the category before her recent blow up as like the Fiona Apples and the Regina Spektors of the world. Yeah. You know, like really coming up and doing music on her own. Yeah. And so when you talk about her previously being a Disney kid and this being her 6th studio album, and I'm just now hearing for her.
I mean, her first album was 2014. Like she has songs with Meghan Trainor, which
don't do.
I cannot with her. I literally.
I just want her.
I can't. I shan't. I won't.
The thing about Meghan Trainor is that
get a new sound.
Get it.
You have been stuck on that doo-wop, all about the bass sound since that song came out.
The thing is, if you're going to keep the same sound,
it's called growth, my dear.
Experiment with the subject matter.
It's called growth.
Because we're still talking about, because she was like, I ain't your mama.
That is Jennifer Lopez.
No, it's not. She has a song called "I Ain't Your Mama." I'm so serious.
Okay.
I'm so serious. So you know what? Which still proves your point, because it's like, why are we? You're still not bringing anything new to the table.
She lost me with the song "Dear Future Husband." Bitch.
Oh yeah. Why you didn't like that song? I ain't listened to it all the way through, but why you didn't like it?
Girl. To the ladies listening, there is more to life than finding a husband.
Yeah.
If that is your greatest accomplishment in life, go back to school. Go do something. Talk to the lady about it. Figure out what you want to do. Because, I mean, sure, being a housewife, aspirational. But girl, set the bar a little higher. That's all I'll say about Meghan Trainor. Sabrina Carpenter, though.
Yeah.
She's currently dating Saltburn actor Barry.
Sure. He got that face. Y'all know which one.
He got an Irish last name. I can't pronounce it. Mm-hmm. But he is in the Please 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 video as like a criminal, and she's the ride or die girlfriend
who keeps bailing him out.
Who keeps bailing him out of jail, wearing her colored furs. I want that lime green fur with the high, like control top. It was a cute outfit. Pantyhose.
Yeah, I want that outfit as well.
It's so cute. But
I'll wait for
if you've never heard of Sabrina Carpenter, if you've never heard of Please Please Please, or even Espresso, give her a chance.
You've heard Espresso. You've heard the snippet.
The album is on its way, and if I'm not mistaken, it's called like Sweet and Sour.
Okay.
Or Sweet and Low, Sweet something, Sweet Charity, Sweet Sassy Molassy, I don't know.
I was gonna, let you keep going.
Sweet Caroline. Go check her out. That's my pick for the week.
Okay. So, since we're in the world of independent artists, who have been in the game for a while, since the time of like 2012, 2014, and now getting like their just due, I would like to take this time to address the song that's stuck in everybody's heads. I've been a nasty girl.
Nasty.
I've been a nasty girl.
Nasty.
Shout out to Tinashe. It is still Black Music Month.
Sure is.
So we're going to talk about this wonderful woman and Pride Month. And so we're going to talk about this woman who is, first of all, definitely rallying the gays. It's just
baby. So, here's the thing, and I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Mm-hmm. If you can get the gays on your side, you are solid. That's why Azalea Banks, you will never have a career. You lost the gays.
No, she didn't. That's why people still listen to her. If we're being for real, that is a debate, because there are gays that love to be shat on by her.
There are gays that go to Chick-fil-A. They're called self-haters.
And she is still, what I say about Azalea Banks, what I've noticed when she has still, I don't know if vitriolic is a word, but when she spews vitriol, or when she has a problem, it's usually what I've noticed. Are you looking to see if
I'm seeing it?
Thank you. I like the way it sounds, but
filled with bitter criticism or malice, vitriolic.
Period. Look at that.
Period.
I noticed that she usually talks about white gays that personify or feel like they have a right to the image of black women.
Yes.
And so when she's going off, I noticed that she's specifically talking about them. Now, it still can get a little dicey, and she still is a professional hater.
Yes.
But there are still gays that love her, and that's how she still gets shows. That's how she still gets, I'm just saying, that's just what I notice. When I see her performing, it's usually, that's what I see. So,
let me just sip my tea.
I'm just saying.
What's the tea? The girls are fighting.
Or when she had her high ponytail, she's like, is it giving Ariana? Anytime I get a high ponytail, I'm like, is it giving? Is it giving Ariana?
But see, so also, on that same sort of wavelength, like the way that a lot of the way that she speaks communicates, especially with like, what's the tea? Is it giving? Baby, that's gay culture.
It is. I think she's like, she came up in the ballrooms.
So are you borrowing from gay culture?
I know that she came up in ballrooms, so I don't know her like actual relationship to that, and that's been an ongoing conversation. And that's where I have to like mind my business because I wasn't there.
Stay in my lane.
You know, but that's a very real question. But from what I understand, like when she was coming up rapping, that's where she spent most of her time.
Yeah.
But it's so funny that you bring up Azalea Banks because a few years ago, she like, I guess Tinashe released a song and she was like, can you do anything but be a knockoff FKA Twigs? And so when Asti came out, she was like, oh my God, Tinashe has one with this. Like, oh, she's definitely not going nowhere with this song. It's so funny.
She said, ain't nobody wanna be ya.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Well, baby, that's fun. That's fun.
So shout out to Azalea Banks and all of your very problematic opinions that I will tune into. I will, even if I don't agree, like, girl, that's some hater shit. But that other shit you said 2 minutes ago into this 11-minute rant, I agree with that part. But not this part. But back to Tinashe. So when
Tinashe or Tinashe?
It's Tinashe. Excuse me.
Tinashe.
When she dropped Nasty, what I noticed about, because I spend way too much time on Twitter, y'all. I'll never call it the other thing. I spend way too much time on that site. And what I saw when Nasty blew up is because Tinashe has valiant, determined, I mean, they will go to war. This fan base will go to war for this bitch. And for so long, I was like, I'm with y'all. I don't know. I see it, but maybe I'm just not in the mood for pop. Maybe I'm just not in the mood. But as soon as Tinashe drops Nasty, then it became, this not even her best song. Why is she blowing up off this song when it's not even her best song? I just want y'all to know that, first of all, calm down. Second of all, it's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant. I put it in the lineup whenever I do. So I have a playlist called Do They Even Make Pop Anymore? And it's got Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, Rihanna, Ariana Grande, like 10 years ago, Ariana Grande.
Yeah. When she was Latin.
Yes. Samantha Mumba and the legend, the mother,
Christina Milian.
She belongs on there, but no, I'm talking about
AM to PM.
The Janet Jackson.
Oh.
Like
5, 4, 3, 2. 1.
That's Sierra.
It's the countdown.
That is Sierra.
She does the countdown and feedback, I think.
It's not that quick though.
5,
so
4, 2.
The songs that I have on there, that is Level Up. Exactly.
Level up. Okay.
And so when you compare, our namesake, Kylie Minogue, is also on this playlist. So when you put Nasty next to Someone to Call My Lover, Can't Get You Out of My Head.
Be My Lover by LaBouche. Be my lover, I wanna be
Someone to Be My Lover by Janet Jackson. Please keep up. We will not be talking over Janet Jackson's name on this podcast.
Not on this good day.
When I put it next to those, it's got all of the quintessential makings of a pop song. Mm-hmm. It's got your catchiness. It's got, the someone compared Kylie, I don't know if I talked about this, but Kylie Minogue's Can't Get You Out of My Head to The Feeling of Air Conditioning.
Yes.
And both Nasty by Tinashe and Espresso have those same feelings to me.
But it's like, if Kylie Minogue is air conditioning, Nasty is like a box fan. Does that make any sense?
Almost. It reminds me, it's not a box fan, but it's like the box unit that hangs in the window, you know?
Yeah.
That like when you walk outside and it like drips on you a little bit. It's like that part's weird. But like when it's cold, because when those box conditioners work, they work.
Maybe they work.
They work. But it's also because it's hot and sweaty in the house and you just have nothing to do. Yep. It's just like you dance in front of the box air conditioner.
Been a nasty, just rub it on yourself.
Just rub it on yourself.
I've been a
it's
nasty
a very
girl.
rub on yourself song.
Yeah.
I want to do a deeper dive into Tinashe, but something that I picked up from one of her interviews where she talks about, like, she's very passionate about giving a complete experience to her fans. So she funds all of her own tours. She's the one that's funding her own music. And I just want to take some time to shout out the artists who are funding their own projects.
Yeah.
Because that's not, and it's not, and speaking of Janet, so Janet just did a show where she mixed Tinashe's Nasty with her Nasty Girl on stage. And so she's dancing, so you hear so it's the beat to her Nasty Girl song, but it's Tinashe's lyrics and voice. And she's like, "Are you a nasty? Who knows if you're a nasty girl?" And it's so like.
And everybody screams. Everybody loses their mind.
Because like, how could you not?
Right.
How could you not? And so and the last thing I want to say, I don't know if she's a short girl, but she is a girl dedicated to the field of dance.
Yes.
We love a good choreo. And while she didn't choreograph, we know that dance is associated actually to a soca song. It's still so great that, when I greet people now, I just, assume the position. And I
like knees to hair.
Knees to hair. Knees to hair. Ha. Bite the finger.
And if they know, they know.
Wind the waist. And then just look at the.
Come on now.
Like, I just love that for her. So I'm really glad that she's having this moment, and I do hope that it brings the attention to her music that she's been working for.
That she deserves.
Yeah,
I've liked her since she did the remix of Slumber Party with Britney.
Oh yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
It was on her Glory album, so this would have been 2016. Because it's like Britney doesn't do a whole lot of remixes.
Yeah.
So that's why whenever she did the S&M remix with Rihanna, like, holy shit, that's a big fucking deal.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Nah, come out. And then you got that. Nah, come out.
Yeah.
Girl.
Because she came in with a, "It's so good in bed." Oh, Britney,
but,
you owe us nothing.
Yeah, because she came out with the solo version of the song, and then a couple of weeks later did a remix of it with Tinashe.
Yeah.
And it's just like, is somebody gonna match your freak? Not since Britney.
So she did announce a remix, so we don't know who's on the remix yet.
Okay.
We don't know who's on the remix yet.
Please let it be Megan. Could you imagine?
Okay.
Megan.
This is what I need. It's either gotta be Megan.
Okay. Or it's gotta be Megan.
Or I would accept a Chloe Bailey.
It needs to be a rap girly though.
So she talked about having a man. She talked about having a man, and we're like, no, we don't want that.
We don't want a man on Nasty Girl.
If she gets a rapper, I hope it's Meg or my queen Flo Milli. I would accept baby voice Flo Milli. She would fucking slide on that. If we're gonna do R&B, I want a Chloe Bailey or Victoria Monet.
Stop. I can see Monet on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my four.
What about Glorilla? And it's like I'm going off of people that we've talked about recently. Even though her attack is a little more than what Tinashe is selling on the song, I feel like contrast works and it could be cute.
I would be pleasantly surprised. I'm trying to imagine it, but...
Because she can always dial it back.
Glorilla is also releasing her song of the summer on the first day of summer.
All right.
Like, everybody's been begging for the song for like 2 months. And she finally gave us a date today. So I'm so fucking excited.
When
she's having a great year.
When that bitch puts the pen to the paper, get your wig turned around like Effie, I haven't heard a better line all
That's Meg.
No, that's
on the same song, but that's Meg.
Oh, is it?
That's Meg.
Shit.
But it's still like Wannabe, like that's still a great. They're both on that song. Like it's still.
That's why I got it confused. Okay.
Like, yeah, like
okay.
I don't think that's a bad. And they're on tour together, having a fucking blast. So that's not ungodly that you got that confused. But like
I confused two queens. My apologies.
I don't think anyone's gonna beat you up for that. Because we've always been. It's 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees.
Hey.
I ain't got no
hey.
no nigga ain't got me.
Hey.
Huh?
Hey.
Like what do you mean it's not out yet? And so it's finally fucking coming. It's finally coming. First day of summer. I think that's actually brilliant that she waited till the first day of summer. So if she's on it, who's your other pick? I just want to know.
Either Glow or Meg.
That's all you.
I was like, I love that Megan has come in and really sort of shut out the other girls in the rap game. Because it used to be nothing but Nicki.
Yeah.
And then Cardi came in, and then it was Nicki.
She bust down the door.
Nicki and Cardi, right?
Yeah, Cardi bust down the door.
Megan came in, it's Megan.
Well, what I'll say is like, this is what happened. It was Nicki.
Nicki busted down doors. Don't get me wrong. Like Nicki was that girl for 20 years.
She was that girl, but of course, the rumors rumored about her shutting other girls out.
Yeah,
But then Cardi came, and Bodak Yellow was a fucking smash.
Yeah.
And she gave us smash after smash, and then she was the girl's girl.
Yeah.
And so what Cardi did was because Meg signed off, Nicki signed off on Meg with the Hot Girl Summer song.
Yeah.
That we agreed that we hated.
Yes.
And so we're like, okay, so Meg is collecting collabs like milestones, and I just remember being like, I just need her to collab with Cardi. That's all I need. That's all I want. I don't care what anyone. And we got WAP.
And then we got bongos.
And but wait, let's go back to WAP. Because WAP did so much more than anyone would expect.
Yes.
And they gave us visuals. They gave us 90s updo. They gave us Normani doing fucking flips, which we'll talk about her debut in a second. They gave us and from there, and then Cardi just jumped on the track with all the other girls thereafter, because then it was Meg, and then Cardi jumped on the song with Glorilla Tomorrow too, and then she jumped on she was on Lotto's song. And then, she just kept being on song after song, so we just kept getting more and more rap girls. And so now, what's so funny, because I don't know if you saw any of the clips, but while Meg was here in Atlanta, I watched them all. So Meg,
everybody.
Lotto, Flo Milli, and Glow were all just in the back,
shaking ass,
twerking and balancing liquor on their heads and shit. And then Monaleo, our girl from Houston.
If the water main didn't break before y'all clapping them cheeks.
Man, what? Oh, it definitely
y'all were creating sonic waves.
Yeah. And so I love that the current landscape of female rappers is Southern.
Very that.
You got Scarlett and Lola Brooke from New York, and they're doing great. Shout out to them. Sure. Lola Brooke is also 4'10", so I just like watching her be like this gruff individual. Yeah. She's fucking tiny.
It's I just want to swaddle you and toss you up like a baby.
But Meg brought out Monaleo. Mm-hmm. So Monaleo, do you remember Monaleo? We talked about her.
Yes. Yeah.
She brought her out at the Houston show last week. And so now we have, and then Lotto released her remix to Sunday Service with Meg and Flo Milli on it. So all of these very that. Yeah. Very that. We're eating very well.
We're eating
very well down here. I love it. I love to see it. I love to hear it. I know regionally not everybody's getting the same sound waves. God bless your heart, because we're eating down here.
I feel for you.
Okay?
You're hungry.
Any one of those four on the Nasty remix, because I'll take Lotto on the remix. I'll take her.
All four. Just give me
Just give us
an 8-minute remix. Everybody gets a minute and a half to just spit.
When we go into music news, because we've got to talk, I know we're going to talk about Normani's release. We're going to talk about...
Someone getting arrested.
I also
want to... talk about the Tonys a little bit.
We'll talk about the Tonys a little bit. We're going to talk about a certain musical that we both watched, but not together. But now we get to talk about it because now we've both seen it. I do want to let you know, I don't know if you saw, but Meg did release her track list. Okay. And she released all the people that are going to be features on this track list. And I'm so excited. We're getting an Ariana Grande feature. Okay. A Cardi feature. Okay. A Victoria Monet feature. A Lucky Day feature. Okay. We're getting another Glow feature. Okay. Okay. I'm waiting for you to be like, and Renee rap. Well, she was on Renee's rap song. Yeah, which I don't fuck with her. She didn't know who Kylie Minogue was. I have no allegiance to her. So with that, Tinashe, we are very, very excited for. I don't know if Nasty is on a forthcoming album. It's not out yet, I believe. It's probably lead single. It has to be on. It's gotta be lead single. It's giving lead single. And shout out to the record label that didn't take a chance on her. You suck. You're gagging. Y'all are gagging. Like wish you a very much day you deserve. I guess. Go ahead and file bankruptcy. Close it down. Change the name. Who was she signed to? Like Atlantic or some shit? Like a big label. Well now I don't know. I think from what I understand, she's independent. Okay. But she might. But she was on a label. I feel like she was on Atlantic for a long time. Which Atlantic, we talked about last week being the one that shut down Stax Records. Yeah. So it would not be. So if we're talking about someone who's locked into a record deal and isn't getting their just, then I would not be surprised if it was Atlantic. I mean, my girl signed to Atlantic. Who? Kelly. Oh. And I think that's why her last 2 albums have not been as successful as they could have been. And that's why she's leaning more into her show and her covers and Take a Shot and all of that, because Atlantic, I'm guessing, doesn't have any control of that. Yeah. I get that. She's thriving though, so I wouldn't worry. We're all thriving. Yeah. I know you want an album. I know you want the album. We ain't gonna get one no time soon. Yeah, probably when her kids out of college. Right. Because she even said something about since Katy Perry is leaving American Idol, the rumor was that she's gonna join, and she was like, that means I would have to move back to LA, and I promised my kids I wouldn't. I promised my kids I would spend more time with them now that they're older and can do things. And it's like, yay for kids taking up your time. But I get that. Like, if like American Idol was like the thing that brought her, that catapulted her, I think if she didn't want to, because she's in Nashville. Is she in Nashville? Where is she? She's in New York. She's in New York. Yep. Okay. I feel like if she doesn't want to move back to LA, then baby, you've paid your dues. Stay in New York. Stay there, because you're working on a Broadway musical secretly. I know you, bitch. I know you, bitch. There's no you ain't going to New York and not doing something Broadway. Real. You just know this in your crystal ball. It'll be called The Idol. Just watch. Okay. Like timestamp this. Let's take a break. We'll be back. Nasty by Janet, Nasty by Tinashe, and then Nasty by Beyonce. Tonight I'll be not Naughty Girl. I'm sorry, I said Beyonce. Nasty by Destiny's Child. Nasty with your clothes off. I forgot to tell you. So I lied about not doing culture things. on Sunday, I went to that drag show that was dedicated to Cowboy Carter.
How was it?
It was so much fun. I'm gonna tell you why it's fun. Because it was just, first and foremost, it was just me and a packed out house knowing all the words to Cowboy Carter. And singing them like unabashedly, just like not realizing I knew the words to Protector and My Rose. They just like were in there. And a few of the favorite, so Ellisaurus Rex was obviously there.
Shout out to Ellisaurus.
She did Blackbird, and she does this beautiful, because she has like this feather crop top and like this long black skirt, lace skirt, and she like does this this number with gold flags.
Okay.
It's so endearing. My other favorites are, because it was House Alexander.
Yeah.
So my other favorites of the night were J. Bella Banks.
Okay.
Are you familiar with her?
Yeah, I've seen the name. I don't know her.
Okay, I believe I have video because I didn't.
J. Bella.
J. Bella.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't want to like live with my phone. Like I didn't want to just like do that. So I just wanted to get enough where I knew their names and like had their like cash apps.
That's all you need.
That's all I needed, you know. But she did Jolene and Sweet Honey Buckin'. And one more, but I can't remember. And then Ken Sarah season stole my heart because she did Daughter. And of course, you know, she did the lip quiver when she was singing the Italian part. And like the whole room was like really quiet, and I just go, "She's a thespian!" And oh my God, just turned to me and was like, "Girl,
she's a thespian."
It was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. I would love to go to another House of Alexander show. And so the mother of the house, I can't remember, Taylor. Is it Taylor? It's Taylor.
Thank Alexander.
You. She was great, and she performed with her partner.
I've known Taylor for quite some time.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
She performed with her partner to Levi's jeans, and they both had denim outfits.
Oh God. King, right?
Yes. Yes.
What is his name?
It's not Molly. Oh, what is it? What is his name? Because I don't know that they actually introduced him by name.
Mr. L.A.
Yes, thank you. Yes. It was a hoot. I think you would have enjoyed it. I had one friend that was there that was like quiet the whole time simply because he liked Renaissance better.
So he's sitting there just quietly stewing.
He really was! Dante was really just like, I'm just here. Dante was...
Be a good sport.
He was not here. He was like, I guess the gowns.
Pretty gowns. Gorgeous gowns.
Just the gowns, I guess, girl. But I had a fucking hoot. And they played, and the reason why I thought you meant Naughty Girl was because they played Naughty Girl. And some of us in the crowd just like immediately.
I'll be a naughty girl. Calling all my girls. Gonna turn this party out. I know you want my body.
Yeah.
Tonight.
It was great.
I nailed that. Y'all welcome.
So anyway,
welcome.
When they decide to do a Renaissance show again, I'm gonna try to make it. But they had a blast. And they did. If they do a Cowboy Carter show again, you should come.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
You have to come up to
Lips
sometime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they do like a divas show, so there's like a Whitney Houston, a Dolly Parton, a Mary J. Blige, like all the girls.
Mm-hmm.
But I just cannot help it. I've seen the show countless times, but every single time Mary J. comes out and says, "There's something about this joint right here," every fucking I'm behind the bar and I have to stop and say, "Woo! Let it go." Pour drinks.
Are you familiar with CeCe Nicole?
Yeah.
She did Yaya.
And I bet she burned down
the building. She burnt the house
building
down. She did.
I can picture it. Just Fringe. shaking everywhere.
She did. It was fringe.
She does a sickening Janet Jackson.
I believe it. I want it. I want it.
Girl, she can. So I don't know if she still does it, but she does used to do a show on Monday nights at the Eagle.
Okay.
For like a open stage talent night. We'll have to go sometime.
Okay.
All right.
We are back.
We've been back.
We've been back.
We've been in these streets.
If you haven't been listening, you should totally check into. If you love some drag, you should definitely follow the members of House Alexander.
Yeah, support your local drag queens.
Support your local drag queens.
They do it all.
They do.
They do the hair.
They do.
The
costumes, the makeup, the hit splits.
The dancings.
You know?
The 9 tapping toes of whoever.
So that we don't have to.
You girl. I have said I've been around drag queens since 2011, and for 14, 15, however, I can't do math, however long that is, I have been a supporter, not a participator, because I know where my strengths are, and it is not in that field. I did do 3 Moonlight Nights as Tiffany Touche, but those pictures will never see the light of day.
Heard.
It was also 2012, so it's like the quality of the pictures back then.
You saw the sweat before the makeup?
Bitch, I wasn't even a brick. I was a concrete wall. Harsh. Anyway, you're listening to Can't Get You Out of My Head.
And we've entered the news part of that portion. Oh, I did want to specify. So Tinashe actually released an EP called Match My Freak EP. Apparently it's just like 6 remixes to the same song. But I still think it's worth checking out if you're a dancer. Yeah. But it's not the remix with who our candidates are. So look out for that. In the event that she releases one and we didn't see it yet, please tag us.
Yeah, please do.
So what have we got in music? Okay, so we were talking about the children of Janet Jackson. So I think it's a great time to talk about Normani.
Yes.
How do we feel about her new album?
I think that it is a good album. Great, maybe not. It is a good album. I think what is working against her, and you can see the discourse on the internet, is that it just took so long. She announced this album 4 years ago. Girl, that's like them saying Euphoria season 3 coming out 2026. Bitch, hang it up.
Well,
hang it up.
But at least they gave us a year.
Because when did Motivation come out? 2 years ago?
No, Motivation came out. Let me see. Motivation came out.
When she was dancing on that chain link fence, twerking, I said, "All right, Miss Normani."
Because here's the thing about
Miss Normani.
Because let me see. I just want to go to the song. I don't want to play it. Go to album. Go to single. 2019.
That was Motivation?
Holy
shit, dude.
But see, so here's my thing.
Your lead single came out 5 years ago?
But Motivation isn't on the album.
Then what is it on?
It's just a single. Wild Side is on the album.
Wild Side, yeah.
Wild Side is on the album.
That came out.
But Wild Side came out after Motivation.
Yeah.
So when Normani announced her album, because a lot of people were like, oh, you don't care about your music career. I need y'all to get off the internet for just 2 fucking seconds and call
Get off her dick.
Just please, because, it came out that both of her parents had cancer.
Get off her dick.
Both.
Life.
So when you're supporting, and then mind you, someone broke down, I think she breaks down in her interview that it's she was displaced by Katrina.
Yep.
She was displaced by something else. And then, she was in Fifth Harmony. So then she was from place to place to place to place. This was the first time that she actually got to, live.
Yeah.
I think more importantly than it being so quote-unquote late, I do wish that they gave her a little bit more time to either tease the album or get excited.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the actual single was off the album, but I guess it didn't really do much. I actually don't know if it was released on the album, the actual I think
I don't think she had a lead single to this.
She did. She released something in April, but it didn't really catch on. But even still,
they should have
like a music video, I think would have helped.
Right.
Something as easy as a music video or some visuals, because then we can see that you're rolling something out.
Maybe
because
she was taking the Beyonce playbook, where she was like, "Y'all ain't getting visuals until you see my movie."
I think but that doesn't exactly work when you're not Beyonce. Number one. And two, because it's your debut album, and we're going to associate the first album with those visuals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's something that I would have done differently if I were her.
Well, I mean, that's like motivation. Like, when I said motivation, the first thing I thought of was her in that white outfit, twerking on the chain link fence. Yep. That shit was so hot.
And bouncing that basketball off her booty and making it into the goal.
Bitch!
Yeah.
Dancing in the rain. Yep.
Also, we were talking about WAP earlier, and she was dancing in the video for that. I think all of those aside, though, it still did pretty good in streaming. A lot of people are trying to call it a flop, but it did 27 million.
Everybody that's calling it a flop, do you have an album?
Baby, if 5,000 people stream my album, it's not a fucking flop. Again, like, I'm not Normani, but I'm just like, but if it's more than one person. Like, I just need y'all to calm down a little bit.
My favorite joke that I ever made about myself was, what do Beyonce and I have in common? We both released albums that no one knew about.
I'm just saying. So I think that people just feel entitled to stars' times.
Y'all ain't entitled to shit.
You know?
Because guess what? If you don't like it, don't listen to it.
Why don't Layla say that in her song?
Let me make it easy for you. If you don't like Normani's album,
not even an album,
don't listen to it. But I will personally say, the song "Take Your Time," rotation.
I did like that. Let me
that is a
reacclimate myself to that song.
Girl, that's a cute little bop. Nice, sexy mid-tempo.
It is cute.
Yeah.
That's the one that needs a visual. Take My Time, I thought was cute. I love a collaboration with James Blake.
Yes.
Anything with James Blake on it is like, oh, that's always top 5 for me.
Yeah. Well, so Take My Time, if we're going back to Sabrina Carpenter and the sort of like chill vibe of the summer, that flows with that energy.
It does.
That matches that energy, because not everything has to be, while I love throwing these bones around in a circle, it doesn't always have to be throwing ass. It can be just sort of vibing. You have your drink in your hand, you're smoking out on the beach, whatever. And Take Your Time is that girl on that album.
Yeah. I like Take My Time. I liked Little Secrets. I liked 159.
Yep.
Tantrums is the one with James Blake on it. I like that Wild Side is the closer.
Yes.
I did enjoy that. I think it's great. I think people were looking for a reason to tear down Normani because they could.
Yes. Because they feel entitled.
Because they feel entitled. But all in all,
I
think it's a valiant first album.
Yeah.
And you know, gone are the times when we feel like we have to like pull a Rihanna and drop one album 8 years in a row. You know.
I think Rihanna has shown that that's no longer.
You know what I mean?
Necessary.
It's necessary. Like, work this. Like, I want to see like 6 music videos from this. Like, I want this era to last long before she feels like she has to release something else just because it's been so long. Oh. Like, let's sit with this album a little bit, you know?
I mean, Rihanna's that girl for releasing single after single after single. Like, what was it? Rated R had 6 singles?
Rated R was
Hard,
like
Russian Roulette, Rude Boy, Te Amo.
Rated R, let me see.
Shit, what else?
Rockstar
101. And there might have been one other one that I'm forgetting.
Singles, let me see. Rude Boy, Te Amo, Rockstar 101.
Russian Roulette.
I don't think Hard is on this album. Yes, it is. Sorry.
Justice for Firebomb. That should have been the 6th single.
I think we need all the singles.
To clear the road.
Oh, I do like that song.
Oh, cause the thing is ready to blow.
But that's all the singles.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's like what Loud had, California King Bed. That was Only Girl in the World. Like Rihanna knows how to extend an era, if you will.
Cheers for the Freaking Weekend was not supposed to be a single, but we sang that shit anyway until she made it one. Cheers for the Freaking Weekend. I drink to that. Yeah.
Oh, let the dreamers on sinking.
I drink to that. Yeah. Don't let the bastards get you down. Turn it around with another round. There's a party at the bar, everybody put your glasses on and I'll drink to that. Yeah. Releasing that when I was in college? Oh, Rihanna, I'll never hate you. I can never hate you.
Play that at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. And it was Cheers to the Freaking Weekend. But Normani, congratulations on your first debut album.
We're rooting for you, girl. Somebody said, why somebody they screenshotted her Instagram live and they were like, Normani, release clip-on bangs as your merch for your album. I was like, can y'all please?
That is, first off, disrespectful, but second off, actually a good idea. Yo, there are too many opportunities where these girls pass up. Like, why are y'all not selling like ponytail clip-ons?
Oh,
Miss Grande, you had that high-ass pony for 7 years,
speaking of
and you never
rich.
once just thought about selling ponytail clip-ons.
Let's talk about that for a second because Fenty.
I would wear one
because Fenty hair was released, right?
It sure was.
And some people are like, I don't think I would get Fenty hair just because.
Because sacred.
One, because sacred. But, one, because sacred not only is Beyonce, but because Beyonce's mother is a hairdresser. And, people have been fighting about whether Beyonce's hair has been a wig for centuries. And then to find out that sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, have people in a tizzy and not like, I don't know, the shit looks like it works. And the people have like talked about. So when Fenty is talking about like, oh, it smells good, and it's like, honestly, I want the Fenty wigs because that's what you're known for.
Yeah.
The red era.
The red era.
The mohawk, the mullet.
Baby,
the
I would
pixie.
wear the fuck out of that hair from the Hard video. The spikes with the swoopy bangs.
Yeah.
I would wear that to Whole Foods to get quinoa.
The mullet from not Get It Over With, but it's that same album, Not Get It Over With. What now?
Oh, what now?
Yeah. I can't figure it. But the video in that, her mullet is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, or that wig where she like, with the anti-era, when she puts on the headphones, like the perfect Chinese bang.
Right across the eyebrows.
Like, that should have been like, you ain't gotta listen to me, girl, you're a billionaire.
Bitch.
I'm just here to say that I would have loved for Fenty hair to been Fenty wigs.
I did send you this and I thought this was interesting since we're talking about old girl. Mm-hmm. I did see that it was like the most streamed black female artist on Spotify so far this decade.
Oh, yes.
15 billion, Beyonce. Mm-hmm. 16.7 billion, Nicki Minaj. Mm-hmm. 18.7 billion, SZA. 21.5 billion, Doja Cat. Number 1, Rihanna at 24.3 billion streams on Spotify. This bitch hadn't put out an album in 4 years? Mm-hmm. 5 years?
No, 8.
Y'all.
Anti came out in 2016.
Y'all still riding with her, and I love that. I love y'all for that.
Yeah, like Anti came out. Let me look at Anti.
Oh, God, what a hot album cover. She just had tits out.
2016.
That short bus driver wig on. Oh wait, not that. No, that's Fuck, what album is that? Is that Talk That Talk?
No, the bus driver wig is Unapologetic.
Unapologetic. Excuse me, I got My era's mixed up.
Okay, so let's see.
Ooh, let the dreamers on sinking. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
This week. Yeah.
That little bus driver, I live.
So yeah, but I'm very proud of Normani for giving us music. Glorilla is releasing music this Friday. The song that we've been singing on all of our TikToks for weeks on end is finally dropping.
We'll definitely post that onto the stories.
Yes, we will. What else do we got in music news? We wanted to talk about a lot of things.
Well, real quick, since we're on the topic of like remixes and such, Ariana Grande has announced a remix
that's
of
right.
The Boy Is Mine featuring the originals, Monica and Brandy. Now, as soon as I saw those two beautiful women in the music video for The Boy Is Mine, Ariana's version, I said, we're getting a remix.
We are.
We're getting a remix. They didn't trot them out and get them together because they don't like each other.
I feel like they patched shit up since then.
In my head, it's still the 90s, and it's that awards performance where they're on opposite sides of the stage. Yeah, it's very that. I like holding on to petty shit. So
I feel like if they didn't squash it by now, we've got issues. But they're both like what, fucking grandmothers now? Almost.
I mean, Brandy has a 22-year-old.
Yeah, Brandy has a 22-year-old.
So not quite grandmother.
Yeah, but Monica's children, at least the oldest one got to be in their 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably got another 10 years before they're grannies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when they do the inevitable joint tour,
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be
I got that credit card ready to go.
But thank you for bringing that up. I think that's so important.
What else? Justin Timberlake was arrested for driving under the influence in Sag Harbor.
What is Sag Harbor?
It's a city somewhere in a white part of the States.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, have the day you deserve, Justin.
The mugshot was released.
Yes, he has tears in his eyes.
Well, they said that he was under the influence of multiple things. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Y'all don't come over here and try to sue me for some shit. Allegedly.
Right. But then if he was allegedly under the influence, then what was he arrested for?
Bitch, you were in your mid-40s.
Acting out.
And you are who you are. Call an Uber. You can't call an Uber because you don't even have to do the ride share.
Yeah.
You can just get an Uber X.
Yeah, you could.
Bitch, you don't have a driver by now?
Someone made that point too. Like, a lot of people are like, if you're rich enough to get Ubers, why don't you get Ubers? Or why don't you hire drivers? And I think it's like the idea of just like needing some alone time because you're always around people. And it's like, yes, but also you're drunk. So maybe just don't talk to the driver because you need a driver.
You need a driver.
You know?
Because you're stupid for not.
That's all I got for him.
That's all I got for him.
Yeah.
There's just certain people I ain't got much for. He's one of them.
So earlier you brought up a woman that you very much dislike. I watched the Mean Girls musical.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about it because we've been talking about musicals. We've been talking about drag and soundtracks.
Yes.
And performance.
Yes.
And I want to know what your thoughts were.
As a theater kid, unapologetic theater nerd, theater gay, I did not feel like this movie needed to be made.
Yeah.
So I think the issue with that show is it is too television for the stage, but then too stage for film. Does that make sense?
Give me 1 second. So, pause here. I completely forgot one of my coworkers is staying the night over here.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, so
We'll
my
wrap
place
this
is
up fairly quickly.
yeah. So I told her that we're recording.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give you the heads up.
Yeah, it's fine.
So you said 2 television for the stage, 2 stage for television. I'm going to tell you why I semi-agree with that, but I want to get more detail. I want to offer this perspective as well.
Sure.
So, looking at the movie, I really feel like the Mean Girls musical only makes sense when you watch the original. So, like the Color Purple musical, right? You could watch the musical or you could watch the original.
And you still get it.
And you still get it. You know what I mean? Like, you want to watch the original because you want to pay homage to the original.
Yeah.
Right? But you can watch the new musical and still understand who's who, who's doing what. You know, you're not confused about what's happening.
No.
With the Mean Girls musical, everything felt like an inside joke.
Yes.
That I understood because I saw the original. Because you knew the source material. I knew the source material. I knew that they cut out, you know, if you're from Africa, why are you white?
But I mean, they're even the jokes about like, oh, she made out with a hot dog. They tempered it.
Yeah.
Because we are obviously in a different time in 2024, 2023 than we are or were in 2004. But girl, I feel like part of the charm was the time in which it came out, right? And it's like having sort of inappropriate jokes.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
And I think they were trying too much to temper that and try not to... So there was that, right? Because they didn't want to have the teenage girls with the coach.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's a real... I don't feel like that's a real thing. You can talk about that and talk about how fucking gross it is.
Train Pack is a grosky little biatch. Like, we all knew that from 2004.
Like, you know, like, you can still address that that's an inappropriate relationship without... You know, like, that was the whole point. Like, you can address that without seeming like, oh, that was, you know, we can't talk... Like, yes, we can. Yes, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about why that's wrong. That's, you know, so there was that. And then two... And this is now the source material of the music. I haven't seen it on stage, but
it's different on stage, and I actually prefer it on stage. They reworked a lot of the songs for the movie, and I don't think they work as well.
I actually felt like this is something in my.
They tried to make it a little poppier for the movie.
I actually thought they tried to make it more choral.
Okay, like more Glee Club.
Yeah, like they tried to make it more Glee. So like, you know, so here's my villain origin story. I think I talked about how the chorus director tried to make The Wiz a choral musical.
Yes.
And I felt like I got those feelings again because the lead singer, or the person that played Caddy or Katie, was a choral singer. So a lot of her songs were choral. And they didn't need to be.
No.
They didn't need to be. And so I was like, well, I would have loved if they leaned into... the fact, like, instead of trying to make it modern, I would have loved if they leaned into the year 2004 and gave us 2004 flavored music.
Even dress them the same way, like of that era.
I love that. They were trying too much to give us tribute.
2004 version.
Yeah, like give us a Missy Elliott flavored fucking soundtrack.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, give us that. But it felt too much like it was trying to be too... It felt like it was trying to be... It
was just trying to be too PC. I mean, even with the whole Janice Ian as a lesbian thing. Like, y'all got rid of, to me, what is the funniest joke of the original movie, in that Janice told Regina that she was Lebanese, and Regina George thought she was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And y'all got rid of that joke.
Yeah.
That shit makes me cackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it was it was trying to be too PC. I think there's a way that you can still make those jokes and still recognize that the people were ignorant, because that was the whole point.
Yes.
That was the whole point.
Yes. It's like Katie, who was not as experienced in life, still knew more than these people who were in public schools, who existed in this giant pool of other people, and she was still the one with the most common sense. I will say, when Lindsay Lohan popped up at the Math Week convention, I was like,
That was so cute.
My heart is so full right now seeing you back on my screen.
May I say also, one song that I did like was Karen's song. About like you could be whoever you want to be and also be hot. I thought that song was so funny. Like that was really
She
cute.
was the standout.
She was the standout. And like my favorite part of the song was like, you could be a doctor that cures cancer, or a sexy doctor, or you could be a doctor that cures sex cancer. And then Gretchen is like, sex cancer doesn't exist. And she's like, oh, I did it.
I did it.
I hollered. So I've been saying that to myself all week, like, oh, I did it. All the numbers start with 2 and not the building 1. Oh, girl. Oh, my God.
Is your friend having a hard time?
Yeah, she is. So do we have anything other than music news before we can take this break and I can help her?
I just want to say real quick, 2 seconds, the Tonys were this past Sunday.
Oh, yes.
Whoever dresses you clowns for the Tonys, get a new stylist. Brooke Shields,
with the Crocs?
You came out in Crocs. I'm just going to say that again. Brooke Shields, you came out in Crocs.
Well, what I'll say about Brooke Shields is she's been on the scene.
Dress.
She came on the scene and like when she was like what 16, so she was really like, I'm just here so I won't get fined. It gave that. It gave like after this,
just the ill-fitting
I'm stopping for takeout when I get home.
I understand that costuming is a big part of Broadway. However, y'all need to know what a gown is and what a costume is. Because there's a difference between a gown and a garment. Learn the difference. 2025, I hope your outfits are better. With Loretta Devine, they better be.
Also, Jay-Z and Alicia. If you're going to perform,
I was so mad about that.
New York on a stage, bring Lil Mama. That's what we want to see. It's her song now. It's her song. Stop fucking playing around.
I just want to see this.
That was her moment, and y'all could have rectified it, and y'all could have like said sorry to her. Y'all could have done everything. That's her song, and I just like. I hate that y'all did that to her.
What irked me about that is that they obviously pre-recorded. Jay-Z was not in the building, but y'all chose to take a minute away from the performers on stage that it was supposed to be about and focus on Jay-Z and Alicia Keys in a pre-recorded segment. When it's not about them. It's not about those two. It is about the people who have busted their ass for the past couple of years trying to make this show get to Broadway and stay on Broadway. And these fools are up on stage just doing what they do. Meanwhile, the camera's over here to a pre-recorded segment. Give me my money back.
Yeah.
Give me my money back.
I mean, at least the people inside were probably entertained.
I don't want it.
Yeah. Was that song a part of a play that just came out or something?
So Hell's Kitchen, which is a musical from Alicia Keys, was nominated for Best Musical. It actually won Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress in a Musical.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, kudos.
You could have brought out Lil Mama, though.
You should have brought out Lil Mama.
Yeah. You could have did that.
But y'all didn't do that. But we are going to take this break.
We are going to take this break. We love you. Stick around.
We'll be back. Ooh, not the knees popping.
We're back.
Welcome back to the pod, kids.
It is now time. Do we have a name for the segment?
Recommendation?
Sure. Let's try. Let's go with that. It's our recommendation segment where we talk about an artist that is very relative to who we started the show off with. So you started the show off talking about Sabrina Carpenter.
I sure did.
So who is your recommendation based off like that sound?
So there is a cute little girl named BB Rexa who is part of the LGBTQ family.
Look at make a tickle.
What did you just call me?
The look. There's context. This couple, like, so the husband had just gotten out of jail, and he was talking about like who they all support, and somebody said, "Do you support LGBTQ?" He had never seen the acronym before, so he was like, "Do we support Ligga Tigga Bigga?" And he's like, and he turns to his wife, he's like, "Do we support that?" "Yeah, we support that."
Yeah, we support that. We sure do. Yeah. But she has a song called "Chase It." Just came out a couple of weeks ago. And it's actually a very like 90s house throwback sound, very CeCe Peniston, Crystal Waters. It just gives me good old 90s house vibes.
You know, well, I would even say early 2000s because you played it just now.
Yeah.
And well, I was a child, right? So I can't say that I wish there were more of it. I would say that it was very popular to me like in like the 1999 era. I'm gonna tell you what song it reminds me of. Do you remember the la 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 la?
It goes around the world and la 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 la. Of course I do. Are you fucking kidding?
So it reminds me of that. So I just like that mildly but surely we're getting a resurgence of that pocket of music. I like that. Because I wasn't grown enough. I wasn't grown. I couldn't dance that. So like,
same thing with Sabrina, same thing with that Normani song, Take Your Time. She doesn't do a crazy vocal on this. Everything's sort of low key and just sort of flows.
Yeah.
And so it isn't throwing the bones around in a circle or shaking your ass if you have some.
Yeah. Which is important. But I don't know, because I was doing that.
You were doing something.
Okay.
Don't do
just
that.
because you know your one little dance move. Let's not,
Not you reading my one dance move. Girl, I can make these bones clap.
I just remember. Oh, but it's a dope song though. I do like it.
It's very low key, very chill. Still the same sort of vibe. You got your drink by the pool. You're just sort of hanging out. You're getting the shoulders going. It's another one that's like it's good to like, oh, you're cute. You want to dance? Let's test it out. See how you move. Yeah.
It's very first second drink.
Very that.
Yeah.
Very that. What about you? What you got?
So.
You talked about.
Who did I talk about? I talked about Tinashe's Nasty. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl.
Nasty.
In the same vein of being chill but still being fast paced.
Yes.
Victoria Monet's All Right. Oh. So Victoria Monet released her album.
I'm so sorry.
Wow. We're so excited about the music that we're burping up. Volcano sauce.
That came out of nowhere. I blame Victoria Monet.
What? I don't think she wants to take credit.
She burped me like a baby.
So, All Right is the next single off of Jaguar 2, so let's talk about this for a second.
Go ahead.
So, when Victoria Monet released On My Mama last year.
Yep.
And the choreography, so Sean Bankhead choreographed that as well. When it went diamond on everyone's phones, right? The VMAs told her that she couldn't perform yet because she was too green.
Yep.
So this year she drops All Right, and I wanted to talk about All Right simply because we talked earlier about Tinashe being like the dance girl. Like she's always like, when you see Tinashe, you see her with choreography, you see her with the costumes, again, very much in the lineage of Janet Jackson, Britney Spears, right?
Yeah.
Similar, so Victoria is also in the same lineage, right? And I would say that she's in the lineage of Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson.
Okay.
With some Beyonce.
Okay.
Because her technique is a little bit looser. It's a lot more hip swinging.
That's fair.
It's very sexy. Her new video to All Right, if you haven't seen it, please watch it. The special effects team did the thing. Special effects, practical effects, costume, everybody, like the creative team, the creative direction is out of this world.
I screamed multiple times.
I'll make sure that we upload that clip.
What clip?
Oh, it's in my stories.
Shut up. I was so enamored by what was happening.
It's so good. It's so good. And MTV was sharing the video like, oh my God, it's so good. Like, da, 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 da. And of course everybody's like, MTV, you never ask her for anything else. You never ask her for anything again. Yeah. So I am very happy that we're getting like this if we're going to have a mid-tone, because that was my thing. It's like, I felt like for a long time with R&B, we were getting mid-tones.
Yeah.
But it was like, it wasn't giving anything else. It was just mid-tone.
Yeah.
And so now we're getting mid-tone with like the mid-pace.
Yeah.
Right? You know, the it's not quite slow.
Yeah.
Not quite fast. You know, not quite high energy, but working our way up.
I mean, we had hot girl summer. Can we have mid-30s summer? Where it's
no,
just sort
I want to be a hot girl still. I'm sorry.
Sort
I'm a
of
hot
like
girl till I die.
Nice sway.
I'm Jennifer Lewis with it. I'm gonna be a hot girl forever.
All right. Well, let me get my folic acid. Let me get my albuterol inhaler.
You know, I will still be in the house before 12:30, but I will be hot. That's all I'm saying.
As long as the party starts at 6 p.m.
You know, because it's still hot.
It is hot outside.
It's 7 p.m. Friday. 95 degrees. I'm just saying, it's still hot.
She ain't lying.
It's still hot.
It's 7:30 and 95 degrees up in this bitch.
All the time. All the time.
Welcome to Atlanta.
And so, on top of that, we're also getting really cool visuals again.
Yes.
We're getting really
Her
cool
visuals are fucking sick.
Yeah, like we're getting really cool visuals again. The costuming.
With the ribbon and wrapping around the
leg.
The
wraparound ribbon? I keep watching that because I'm like, how are you doing that?
I was thinking about that. They have to have filmed it incredibly slow so that they can get those cool like zoom ins.
Exactly.
Like it had to have been filmed like.
Or what they do is they probably move with her, but the frame rate is quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all have any sort of insight into how they make that sort of thing work, drop it in the comments.
We want to know.
We want to know.
We want to know your secrets, camera operators. We want to know. DPs. ACs, we know you're watching this. Or maybe you're not, but I'm going to tag you because we need to know the answer.
We need to know these things. Enlighten us.
Is that the end of our show?
That is the end of our show. I do want to take a second to talk about next week being the season finale. I know. Very excited. We have made it 16. This will be episode 16.
Okay.
Next week will be episode 17.
Okay.
And what Aston and I have decided to do is to do a fantasy football bracket tournament style event, extravaganza, whatever you want to call it, to whittle down and take all of our picks over the past X amount of episodes and pick what song has been our favorite over the course of the entire season. So she'll have her pick, I'll have my pick. And at the end of the episode...
Two winners
will
reign supreme.
And it'll be interesting. Kendrick Lamar versus Kelly Clarkson versus, Glorilla versus Megan.
Will our songs compete between the two?
I think that we could probably take our last two, like my final and your final, and see who we agree on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Euphoria was that might beat some people up all the way to the top.
Right.
It might.
Right. It's like I was telling somebody about that this morning. They were like, "Well, Kelly's gonna be your pick, right?" And I was like, "Oh no, we got Meet the Grahams mixed into this bitch. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting."
So make sure that you tune in next week. Until then, make sure you follow us at Can't Get You Out of My Head podcast on all social media platforms. You can find me, AstinRocks, at WHYASTINROCKAS. And where can they find you, Dylan?
You can follow the doll at _Dylan_Michael. I'm all over the Can't Get You Out of My Head podcast Instagram, as well as Astin's. You can listen to this podcast on Spotify, or if you don't want to pay for Spotify because you're cheap, you can also listen to these episodes on YouTube.
You can. And then we're sitting on like a couch, so you can also watch us.
Until next week.
Take care. Goodbye.
I just can't get you out of my head. Oh, your love is all I think about. Dude. Okay, you got it.
That was awesome.